Maybe, this person sent us a long text on James and Hazel.
Negative or positive?
Very sweet one. She said, "Hi Hazel and James. I watched the show on the couples classroom. It's so nice. Both of you can share details about your relationship without much editing or perhaps not at all."
So sweet.
Which means she saw all fumbling, tripping over our words, and she
Yeah, we
still
want to
loved
keep it
it.
as raw as possible.
Yeah. She said she keep asking her teenager daughter to watch out for some of the important details in our podcast.
Aww,
That's so nice.
that's so nice. Oh, lovely.
And the other day, Cruz Ting texted me.
Yeah.
He said that he saw the episode with both our moms and he found it super endearing.
I think we're so blessed.
Yeah.
And we're so loved. There are so many people who watch our episode. And then they say like, oh, they have been discussing these topics with their partner and they've been solving these issues. And that's exactly why we started the couple classroom in the first place.
So this person, ex-Lily Pat, whose answer we're going to be answering today, also left a comment. She said, "Oh, love the relationship between you and your moms. It's so real.
Yeah.
Has it always been this way?"
Oh.
So today, we'll be unpacking the sticky topic of in-laws.
Hey guys, my name is James.
Hi, I'm Hazel.
Welcome back to
The Couples Classroom.
Counting down the days till we say I do.
I want to bring back this person that we refer to a lot. His name is Dr. John Gottman.
Woo. One day we should have him on the show.
I know, right?
Mr. Gottman.
He's probably too high level, too up there. So basically, he delves into long-term research on marital stability.
Yeah.
And one of his studies found that in-law friction is one of the most common and persistent stresses in the early age of marriage,
Yep.
which means a marriage can likely fall apart due to stress coming from your in-laws. Can you imagine it? Like, it's meant to be two families coming together, blessing this marriage, but that has turned out to be one of the most common factors that people divorce over.
Yeah. If you think about it, actually, if you watch a lot of Korean dramas, C-dramas, you will see a lot of these situations where the in-laws came in and then they have opinions and then that whole thing is a story by itself.
Yeah.
And we just got married and I think that it'll be very good for us to unpack this even if we are not really experiencing that full form now.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future we might experience this in-laws horror, which we have some stories that you want to share,
Yeah,
right?
some of my friends' story. So before we delve into this episode, let's bear in mind what Dr. Gottman said. So he said that when a spouse does not defend the other when it comes to family criticism, this actually erodes the trust faster than anything else. That internal betrayal that you feel, right?
Yep.
Oh, I hope, the people out there don't experience this feeling that I'm talking about. But for context, I do feel very blessed that, James and I, our in-laws, they are very loving.
Yep.
My new mom and my new dad, they are very supportive of me. But that is also because perhaps we don't stay together. The friction points, are not as much compared to some of my friends who, while waiting for their BTO, they have to stay with their in-laws.
Correct.
Of course,
Definitely.
then like 朝夕相处, you see each other every single day.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bit more, there's more point for contention. So, in an Asian society and in a place like Singapore, where family ties run very deep, right? And filial piety is big. How do we navigate these situations? Do you ever feel that, honestly,
Yep.
my mom and dad have been like tough on you?
No, not at all.
Really?
I mean, that's something that maybe I feared a little bit, like when I step into a relationship, because it's something out of my control. Like I may love someone's daughter a lot, but it's out of my control to say whether I can love their parents or not, And so, but to answer your question, no, I don't. What about you?
I feel like sometimes maybe the different ways we communicate add on to the pressure a bit. For example, your mom is a very free-spirited person. Like, plans for her are always very spontaneous. Like, oh, can you make it today? Oh, okay lor. Can you not make it today? It's all right.
Yep.
Sometimes she changes the plan so fast that I can't keep up. So I struggle with that a bit, but after understanding her personality, I think that ironed out like perfectly. So which brings me to my next point, right? People have different perspectives. Sometimes what I see as, why don't you keep to a fixed plan? To her, it's flexibility. It's having that space and that option to navigate your plans.
I think for her, it's more of like, if let's say she invites us back home to eat dinner,
Yeah.
to her it's really a bonus kind of thing. Like if you can make it, she'll be damn happy. But if you cannot, it's okay. She'll try to find another date for us to go back. You know, so she wouldn't like, oh, if you cannot, then, you know, she's not happy about it. Like, it's really a bonus for her that we're able to go back home to see her and to eat with her.
Yeah, I love that. And I remember this characteristic of hers when put into our 过大礼. Oh, I remember that very clearly because initially we decided that the 过大礼 was supposed to be on this day and this time. And then suddenly 2 weeks later, she told me, hey, how about we change it to that day and that time? And I'm like, huh?
My mom?
Yeah. Like she texted the group chat. I'm like, actually, there's a lot of moving parts involved. I feel like it's a bit tough to do so.
Well, I thought that was your dad. Who changed the timing.
After that, my dad too.
Oh, yeah.
So see? So, same. Like, you know, coming together in a marriage is never about two individuals, but about two families.
Yep.
So what are the common causes of friction with in-laws? I feel like number one, venting to your parent about your other half is what I found as one of the main points by a lot of people online. Have you ever vented to your mother or father about
No,
me?
I've not. I touch my heart and I say I have not.
Aww.
Firstly, because I feel like there's nothing much to rant about. Then, secondly is I don't think my mom is a good person for me to rant to.
Why?
Because
She'll back me up.
not not that, but I just feel like, I don't know, maybe not the right person to rant to your parents. At least in my family. I'll rant to my friends, for example, but not to my mom. Or at least I don't want her to feel like, oh, there's something wrong with our relationship.
Oh, that's a green flag. Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
So sometimes I rant to my mom about you.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
No, it's only because she asked me out of concern, hey, how are you and Lila doing? Like, you know, how's the marriage going so far? So sometimes I tell her about the good points, of course, and then I like share with her some struggles that we face.
Oh, really?
She will always end up fending you and telling me that, Mei, you cannot like that, you know? Lila is a very good man.
She's very sweet.
You cannot like that. Yeah, so I am not worried that, you know, like by me ranting to her, it will paint you in the bad picture because she knows that this is a conversation between a mother and a daughter. But at the same time, she's using her authority as a mom to guide me into doing things better so that I can run my marriage
smoother.
Yeah, smoother,
Yep.
which I appreciate. Thanks, Mom. And like just now we mentioned different definitions of respect. You know, one family might believe respect means, oh, obey elders, don't argue, always attend gatherings, that's a must. But to another family, that could be like independence, honesty. If you can't make it, tell the other person and they should respect it. Yeah, but if, you know, the other party feels like, hey, why you never come to my gathering? You should, your weekends should be spent on family, you know? Then that's where friction comes in. Is
I think in
introduced.
our family, like my in-laws, your in-laws, we don't... Okay, my mom has this requirement that at least once a week, you know, go back home. If we are free, if we are super busy, I think once every 2 weeks. But once a week would be good to go back home to eat with her. Or she say like minimally, you know, call her once or twice a week to just tell her that, okay, we are doing okay. You know, then sometimes my mom will just call me to say, you know, is everything okay? And then maybe just want to hear my voice, you know what I mean? So I think that's super sweet. Does your mom do that?
Not really. On the other hand, my mom is more like, Mei, you're not free this weekend. Don't come over. You know, sometimes this get a little frustrating because I want to plan a dinner, a nice dinner to take her out. But her reaction will always be, 不要啦, Mei, you use the time to sleep. You must be so tired at work, sleep. I'm like, Mom, no matter how tired I am, still have to eat, right?
Yep.
Let me just take you out for the dinner. And she'll be very reluctant, you know, but I know it comes from a place of care and concern. Yeah, so our families are very different. An example, I asked one of my friends who have been married for, I think 7 years now. They have a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, and back when they were still waiting for their BTO, they were putting up at the husband's parents' place, which means her in-laws.
Yep.
So she told me that staying with her in-laws was just not comfortable because it's not like you can ever feel like you're at home. And her in-laws are very nice people. I've seen them, but they are people with routine. They like to eat the same things every day. So it's bread and same dinner daily.
Oh, wow.
It makes her feel a bit, for lack of a better word, sian.
But can she not eat her own food?
Then she will feel like a bit disrespectful to her in-laws. So
you mean the
sometimes,
in-law cooked?
yeah, they'll make food. Like, it's the same dinner every day. It's bread. And sometimes she will even resort to, telling her in-laws maybe she got a late meeting, but she's actually using the time to like eat dinner outside before coming home.
I see.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to make them feel bad.
Right.
But she says she is very thankful that there's food on the table, and her in-laws actually don't mind providing for her. But at the same time, she just can't help but feel a bit, not the same food again, Compared to when she's back at her own house, she can request whatever she wants to eat whenever she wants to eat. And also sometimes when it comes to entertainment, right, her father-in-law is watching some shows that she don't necessarily enjoy.
Right.
She doesn't feel like, I'm really at home, I can change channels anytime I want. So there's that little, point of contention over there.
But the truth is she is not at her own home.
Exactly.
That is truth. I mean, it's not right to also ask that, hey, because my flat is not ready yet, I move into my husband's family
Parents'
home.
house, yeah.
Then suddenly that became, my house, my home. Yeah. So I think moving in with the mindset of actually this place is actually free for me to stay for now until my house is here.
Yeah, but some people think this way. Some people think, okay, now I've moved into your house, then we need to do some readjustment to our lifestyles, right? Okay, another example. Wow, this one is...
It's your horror in-law story.
I would say it is a bit aggressive lah. Another friend of mine, before their BTO was ready, once again, stayed with her husband's parents, which is her in-laws.
Yep.
So she mentioned some friction points with her in-laws. Number one, how to hang clothes.
How to hang clothes?
Yeah, you would think it's something very small, right? But different people have different standards and requirements when it comes to hanging clothes.
Okay.
Number two, her in-laws does not like to see her clean pets in the toilet. I mean, she put there for convenience.
Right.
Pets, sanitary
female
pets.
Okay. Yeah.
But her in-laws doesn't like it because it's unsightly.
Okay.
But to her, it feels like, we are living in what year already? It's just for convenience sake.
Right.
Number three, this one is a bit tough for me to even say it. Told her religion doesn't work and she'll become Christian when she's older. That's tough. I really feel for her. She feels like there's no sense of belonging or personal space. Her in-laws kept pestering her to get pregnant, even though at the time she wasn't sure if she wants to have a baby because it would have been super difficult with injections. And also she's suffering from PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, which makes it even harder for her to get pregnant.
Okay.
And nag at her because she doesn't do chores, but her husband doesn't let her do because when she tries to do, she's very inefficient and ends up wasting a lot of water.
I
so her
see.
husband is like, okay, I'd rather you don't do, you just, stay there. But the
I
in-laws is
see.
like, oh, why are you not doing anything? So her husband has to come in and be that middle person. And lastly, when they finally moved out to their own space, her in-laws would pop by her house every other day, sometimes 3 times a day, just to look for her husband or make up some excuse to come over to their new house and end up giving her stuff that she doesn't want. She's talking like maybe some older plates from the husband's elder sister time.
I see.
In-laws don't want to waste the plates, want to bring it over so she can use in the new house, but she doesn't
see.
want. So I understand, coming from the in-laws' point of view, they don't want to waste, right? Sustainability. If this can be used, why not? Save you money also from buying new plates.
Yep.
But she's like, oh my God, it's my new house. I want to have it the way I want to. So there's a lot of friction over there.
Okay, I'm just thinking, what if this were to happen to us in the future?
Okay, baby, I'm going to be very honest with you right here, okay? And I'm saying this with but when I shifted into this place, I was dreading you asking me the question, can we have a set of key cards for our parents? I was very afraid that you will want that. Like, I was dreading the possibility of you asking me that.
That we give a set of key to my parents?
To both our parents.
Okay.
Like, I don't think this is something that would have sat well with me. I would be constantly on my guard, thinking whether they will just suddenly, open the door and come right in.
I see.
So I don't want to be, keep having to have my guard up in my own house.
Okay. I think my parents wouldn't.
Yeah, thankfully my parents wouldn't also, but
our
back then I
parents
didn't know.
wouldn't want to come. So, but you will not give a spare key card to your parents or to my parents?
Now that I'm sure that they will let us know respectfully before coming, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but back then I am unsure, especially when I just moved into this place. My mom, she's, very helpful. She usually wants to come and help out with the household chores and stuff like that. I will be worried that one day she'll just show up without me knowing. And what if I'm, not fully clothed, I'm in the middle of something, I have guests over.
Yes.
I would be worried of that possibility.
Okay. I know from the get-go, my parents wouldn't come up unannounced. Like, that's just like how I know my parents to be. But when I was younger, I remember my dad, he has the key to every of my, like...
Cousin's place?
Yeah. Like my grandma's place, for example. But that is for safety reasons. Let's say someone forgets to like bring the, in the past, or some even now, the houses, it's still traditional key. And
Physical key.
if you don't have that physical key, you cannot go into the house. It's not like you could just like unlock with the phone. So my dad, he will have like a bunch of keys to different houses. I think that's okay. I think that's good. Like even if, let's say, next time if we move and we want to give a key card to my parents, I'll be happy to, just for safety reasons.
Yep, that I fully agree.
Yeah. So I read this story online. It's called The Temporary Stay That Lasts Forever.
Oh, wow.
Based on this, do you know what I'm going to talk about?
The temporary stay, STAY?
Yes.
That lasts forever.
Okay, for example, right? What if one day we moved house and then your mom came up to us, or my mom came up to us and they said, can we crash at your house for a couple of days? What would you say?
If my mom were to ask that, she must have had good reason.
No, just to like, for fun. Not because like she fought with your dad or whatever. It's just, hey, let's do a staycation,
But knowing my mom, she's not the kind lah. So if she were ever to open her mouth and ask me, there must be reason, and I would say yes.
Okay, what if it's my mom? Okay, how about I tell you my answer?
No, because I'm thinking so long, right? Because I don't want any possibility that can sour my relationship with your mother. I treasure that so much, and I feel like 距离产生美, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yep.
I just don't know whether, when it comes to staying together, will it cause friction or not lah?
Okay, so the reason why I brought this up, right, is I remember when you first started dating and when you first got this house, I asked you this question. When you first get a house, you're very excited. You want to invite everybody over. Then I asked you whether you will invite your mom over for a staycay. And your answer was no. And that shocked me because, and then I'm thinking in my situation when I moved to my house, I would love for my parents to like stay over at least one day in the new house, to like party, to do whatever. But why not?
The reason is very simple. Because my mom is a worrier. The moment she comes in, she's going to be like, oh, Mei, your floor needs vacuuming, your floor needs mopping. I don't think she will be able to enjoy herself. Times when she come over for lunch or dinners already prove it. After she's done with a meal, she starts to do all the household chores. I don't think she'll be able to relax if she comes over for a staycation. Also, she nags a lot. So I'd rather, she be in her own house, she be happy, and then, I just go over and see her for dinner, or she come over and see me for dinner.
I see. So if let's say we move, then I want to invite my parents over for a staycay with your in-laws. Would you be okay?
If everyone comes over together, sure. There's something to take her mind away from the household chores. So if they come over together, I'm sure it'll be fun because your mom will be able to balance my mom.
I see. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
So what is the temporary stay that lasts forever?
So the reason why I brought it up is because I saw this story, and that is like a couple, they'll invite their parents over, in-laws over, and the parents will just stay at their house. And they would
forever.
Yeah. So the temporary stay is supposed to be like 1 or 2 days. Like the story that I mentioned with you just now, it became like 1 month. Or it became like, we just come into it became like a family house. So that is one of a story that I heard. And thankfully, we don't have that. But also it might be happening to someone else's life.
I think when it comes to dealing with your in-laws, it's very important to stand together with your spouse. So I've read that one way to tackle this issue, whoever biological parents have a certain issue, that person must deal with it. For example, today, if your dad had an issue, instead of me speaking to your dad, you should be the one talking to the person. Vice versa, if my mom had a problem today, then instead of letting you handle it with her, I should be taking it. I should be fronting it.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I think this would be a very efficient way to solve a lot of issues.
Deconflict.
Yeah, to deconflict basically. But in the example of one of my girlfriends, her husband is actually a very sweet, mild character, loves his mom. And that's why she loves this husband so much. But also, of course, loves the wife. But when it comes to the wife and the mom having some conflict, he doesn't know where to stand. And that frustrates the wife a bit because she feels like, why are you not standing up for me? and the mom will feel like,你现在有了老婆，你就不一样了。
But it's a very tough spot for the guy.
It is.
One is the mom, one is the girl, one is the wife, right?
Yeah.
So, James, if you are in that position where your mom and Hazel have an argument,
Okay.
for example, when it comes to, let's say, bringing up your kid, if you have a kid in the future, what will you do?
Okay. I wouldn't take sides, but I will speak to my mom because I know my mom longer than I know you. Yeah, and like I've known my mom my whole life. So I feel like it's easier for me to convince my mom that, hey, I'm grown up now. I'm in this new family, new life. And I think there should be a change, right? In how I grew up versus my own life now. So I will speak to my mom and I would try to convince her to let us continue with our idea.
If she doesn't listen,
Okay, it's very hard for my mom to like insist her way. Like she's not that kind of person.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's not an issue that I worry about.
I think same goes with my mom. Yeah, sometimes she might have her own ways of running things, but if I'm able to convince her and talk her out of it, she's fine.
One thing just off the top of my head, I'm also thinking like this thing called the demonized conversation.
Oh, what is that?
I feel like some couples, they unknowingly go into this territory where they start talking bad about their in-laws. Like unknowing.
In-laws?
Yeah, like for example, I'll see something that maybe your dad or your mom did and I'm not happy about, and then I started like telling it to you, and then it becomes like the conversation becomes like demonized. Like I'm always saying bad things about your in-laws, about my in-laws, which is your parents. Yeah, I think that's something that we need to be careful and not to like stumble into. Yes, PD Dan.
Since you all just got married, have you all decided whose family to go visiting first for Chinese New Year for next year?
Ooh.
I think that would be like one of the first things most married couples would encounter. The first year Chinese New Year, like you used to just go for your own reunion dinner. You used to just go for your own visiting. Yeah.
I think traditionally, you're supposed to go to the groom side, the male side first, right? Then the female side. But to me, I don't really subscribe to all these like traditions kind of things. So I
Thank
think
God.
more importantly, like whoever's free, then we just go to whoever's side
Yeah.
first. But we must go both sides.
Correct. Yeah, I think my goals are aligned with his. As long as we make sure that, both sides of the parents are taken care of, are visited, that's fine. So what we do usually, 大年初一, the first day of Chinese New Year, usually we'll come to my house first, right? We'll have lunch, see my parents, see some of my relatives. And then at about like 4 p.m., nearing late afternoon, we will take a drive over to his side of the family where all his relatives will gather for dinner. So it's more of like do lunch at your place, do dinner at my place kind of thing.
And this can change.
Yeah.
We allow the possibility of this to change and not to like strictly to say, okay, I must always go to your side first or you must always come to my side first. Yeah, so we have this flexibility.
Yeah. What about reunion dinner? There's only one reunion dinner, right? How do you decide where to eat?
We eat 2 dinners.
Actually, that's what Lele does. He's very sweet. So the past couple of years, I haven't had the chance to go to his side for reunion dinners because I have a Chinese New Year show to host. So it's just in my line of work, timing is a bit more tight when it comes to public holidays.
Yep.
So he's very sweet to come over to my place first. We have reunion dinner at 4 p.m. Super early. He sits down, eats with me, and then he drives over back to his house for round 2 of dinner at about 7, 8 p.m.
Yeah, I really don't mind having 2 reunion dinner. It's not something that I'm sacrificing.
So a lot of times when couples quarrel about these things, right, I think it's more than just whose reunion dinner is better, whose house is nearer, whose is more convenient. It's more about the emotional insecurity a person feels and maybe ego comes into the picture as well.
I agree because I feel like it's like you are not respecting what's mine because my family is still mine, right? And your family is still yours. So it's like if you don't come to my family, it's like you're not respecting my side. I guess that's why most people get upset.
So if this really happens a lot and you find it in the pattern in your relationship, maybe it's time to sit down and have a solid conversation. So Dr. John Gottman also suggested that one way to navigate this situation is sit down well ahead of the festive period and start to map out your schedule. First day, go where? Second day, go where? And don't forget to carve out time for yourself. That keeps you mentally very sane. And if ego is the issue here, then I think an open, honest conversation with your other half is very important. A lot of people expect the other party to know what they are thinking. Like, how can it be go your house first? Then what about my family? I don't feel respected.
Yeah.
But they don't say. So they expect the other half to know. But sometimes, you know, they are not mind readers. They don't know what you're thinking until you actually verbalize it.
Yeah, that's correct. I agree.
And another good point that Dr. John brought up is start to establish new traditions for yourself. Especially for two of us, we are like a new couple, right?
Yes.
I think it's fun to start, establishing our own
To
tradition.
set our own rules.
Yeah, and once these rules are set, every year we don't have to worry over visiting whose house anymore because we already have a routine that we can follow.
Yes, and I feel like this set of rules must be governed by us.
Yep.
Not our parents, not the in-laws. We got to stand firm as a unit to say that, okay, these are our rules. It's our family. It's our new rule from our original family. And we should always stick to it no matter what people say.
And bearing in mind, after having done all this, you still have to take care of your in-laws' emotions. They might feel what they mentioned just now, emotional insecurity. They might feel like, lack of respect. They might feel like they're losing their children to the spouses, right?
Yeah.
So we still have to be very careful about how we talk to them and explain our schedule and itinerary to them as well. What about when it comes to, visiting our family and facing questions that we dread? Maybe I think we're going to face that a lot. In our next Chinese New Year, and easily 8 out of 10 relatives will start asking us, hey, when are you going to have a baby? When that question comes up too much, I mean, I'm okay with it, but would you be okay with it?
I'm thinking, why would they ask the question? And I'm
Make
thinking...
small talk lor.
Yeah, so I'm thinking whether are they actually curious about when we are going to have baby, or it's just I don't know what to say, and that just feels like a common question opener. Because if I know their intentions behind it, then I can better answer them. You know what I mean? I feel like some people just wanna use that as an opener.
Yeah.
And we don't really actually have to tell them our plan and all that. Yeah.
So how would you react?
I mean, I'll tell them my honest thought. Like, if we want to have 4 kids, we'll say 4 kids. If we want to have 2 kids, we'll say 2 kids.
But not the detailed timeline line.
Yeah, I don't think we owe them an explanation.
Yeah. I think this happens to a lot of couples out there. These questions from relatives, they come from a place of love, care, and concern. But sometimes when we receive it too much, it becomes a bit pressurizing.
Correct.
I read this online. This is called the SHIELD script. SHIELD script, which is basically a polite but firm rejection.
Oh, let's learn it.
Yeah, like telling them, thank you so much for your concern. We're still figuring it out, but we'll share when the time is right. So it's respectful, but at the same time, they get it. Like, they don't want to overstep their boundaries.
I see.
Yeah, I think this is something that I can learn
use.
from as well.
Let's practice.
How to practice now?
So let's say I'm an uncle. And I say, wow, 结婚了. When do you-
结婚了，谢谢 uncle.
Oh, when do you
Yeah,
want to
thank
have
you.
kids?
Don't know. Ask my husband.
Wait. That wasn't what we planned. Come on. That wasn't what Dr. Gottman said.
Maybe I'll say, we'll see. We're just figuring it out, taking things as it comes. But if you got good news, we'll tell you, okay?
Mas earlier the better, okay? Earlier the better.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, uncle. Okay, thank you. Yeah, usually just say, okay, and then start talking about the bakwa and let this topic slide.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Good.
We're
We learned
prepared.
it.
We're prepared.
Yeah, okay,
we're
prepared.
Okay.
And last but not least, I think we should agree as a couple what is off limits for family discussion.
Oh, like what?
Maybe when my relatives start to ask us how much we earn as a combined unit per month.
Do you think they will ask that?
I think so.
Really? That's so direct.
My relatives and I, we are very open. They will just ask me, hey, Ying Shuang, you shoot this ad, how much money you get paid? They'll ask like that, no? But I find it hard to answer them.
Just give them like a rough range.
No, I will be like, enough to give my parents money every month. Something like that. They'll be, oh, okay, then that's good.
So how much? So how much?
Auntie, this bakwa very nice. So, to couples out there tuning into us, if you are afraid of being seen as disrespectful for having your own boundaries, here are some things that I want to share with you. Number 1, don't forget to always stay calm and be respectful. This is easier said than done. You know how many people speak when they're angry and how many mistakes and tension that will cause? That is something that I constantly remind myself to not do. And respect and empathy, they're very important to build stronger relationships with your in-laws. always remember you're in this for the long game. It's not just right here, right now. It's building that relationship for tens of years.
Yep.
So starting off on the right foot is very important.
I agree. I think whenever our in-laws suggest something, it's always coming from a place of love. Because why would they just say, just to hurt you, They wouldn't do that. So, but I think as a unit, what we can do for our, future is that the rules that we set needs to be non-negotiable for us. And we got to make it very clear that, okay, these are our rules and no one should come and disrupt it. Of course, we package it in a nice way, in a respectful way, but this set of rules needs to be set.
One more very useful tip, finding common interests. This is actually something I experienced while filming our show, Hey, 我们结婚了. The team actually prepared a cooking session for me and Lela's mom. Lela's mom loves cooking, while I don't. After, going through a cooking session with her, I realized how much closer that brought us. And actually, hey, learning a new skill isn't all that bad. And James actually went exercising with my mom. My mom loves to exercise.
Yep.
And like in that time, they could forge a stronger bond. After that, they even had lunch together. I think if you have a common interest with your in-laws, whenever it comes to other points of contention, it's easier to resolve it.
Correct. Yeah. But why haven't you been using your cooking skills?
Because you have mentioned there cannot be two chefs in the family, and I fully respect that because I love you so much.
Wow. How do you even spin this into something that benefits you? But sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, we hope that, this topic about dealing with our in-laws has shed some light and knowledge coming from our personal opinion and examples. We hope you benefited from it.
If you have any stories about you and your in-laws, horror or rainbow sunshine stories, please let us know. Share it with us on our TikTok and Instagram at James and Hazel.
With that, we'll catch you next time on
The Couples Classroom.
Bye.